Does initiation guarantee wealth or prosperity? Somebody told me that they were told that this would happen, they were guaranteed to get this. No, right? Initiation doesn't guarantee you wealth or prosperity or anything like that. It can absolutely help you to align with wealth or prosperity if it is part of your destiny, okay? So it can remove any blockages that are there that have been keeping you from accessing whatever it is that is meant for you when it comes to those matters, okay? It can also help you to balance out things to where you're able to maintain or sustain your wealth or prosperity. But, just the notion of everybody having extreme wealth, especially millions, billions of dollars, things like that. First of all, that's not even a thing because that's not meant for everybody. That's just the reality of life. Everybody was not the same way with priests and priestesses. Everybody was not meant to be wealthy. Some people's destiny is actually tied to them learning really significant lessons when it comes to finances and prosperity and things like that. And they'll have to go through challenges to achieve that. And even after going through those challenges, it's not guaranteed that they're just going to be a millionaire thereafter. Okay. So it is really tied to your destiny. IFA initiation, as I've said before, is meant to get you to align with your destiny path. What you came into this earth to do. That looks different for everybody. What happens if you're initiated by the wrong person? And this is paramount. It's something I've been talking about as we go throughout this process. Sometimes the wrong person simply means that the priest or the priestess that initiated you is not the best fit for your life. Like you guys don't vibe together, things like that. Doesn't mean that the initiation experience itself was wrong or improper or something like that. But it absolutely, could mean that the person that you're working with is not the right person for you. In those cases, you need to respectfully, responsibly sever that tie, that connection with that person, and continue your path elsewhere. And there are ways to do this. I do have some videos on the YouTube channel that, go through some of the steps of what to do. You want to be absolutely respectful in that process because, it happens. And even with the best preparation in the world, it can still happen. But the reality of it is that I see this happening more because people just rush into these connections, right? Instead of taking their time to figure things out and figure out the person that they're working with. And is this the person that is supposed to truly lead them down the path of initiation? All right. Can you lose the benefits of initiation at any point in your journey? So the ritual work is the ritual work. It's performed, during initiation, and you receive your knowledge of the old due. That cannot be undone. The alignment that was done through the ritual work cannot be undone. It's the same concept of marriage, right? And so the real true definition of marriage is marriage actually happens when you consummate the relationship, okay? It is not a piece of paper like they show you in the Western world. True marriage is consummation when you actually have sex with a person. And yes, a lot of people are married without even having the paperwork. Whoever you slept with, you effectively married them, right? So because you've connected yourself with them in a way that can never be undone. All right. Even if you're not actively in a sexual relationship with them, you can sever certain aspects of that bond. Yes, definitely soul ties and stuff like that. So you can do that, but you can never take away the fact that that act actually happened. All right. That's what I mean. And no, I'm not saying that you have sex with anybody during initiation. If that happens, if somebody tells you that's supposed to happen, they are completely in the wrong. You need to run away as soon as possible. But what I am saying is it is akin to that process. You can't undo it after it's done. All right. However, you can begin to walk waywardly. You can leave the path of Ifa, and in doing so, you're going to experience imbalance most likely or lose your way. That's just the results of the same way, like in an actual marriage. you consolidate that through consummation, but then you could both go your own ways, and your relationship, your bond is no longer as strong as it was through that act, or prior, hopefully strong prior to that act, but especially through the act, because the act actually seals the relationship. And like if you even think about like a seal in real life, that's why especially it is hard upon a woman to be a virgin, because technically, the man that pierces, her hymen and draws the blood from her, he is the one who, like, she is married to first, obviously, and then she, of course, have sex with other men, but that's when that seal or that bond is put together. And so, you can't take that away, but that connection can absolutely become weakened through neglect.